Greetings, everyone. Hello, wherever you are in the world. This is STEMGo, saving time, energy, and money in your business. Being productive, being efficient, being effective at what you do. My special guest today is the wonderful Susie Campbell. Hello, Susie.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. Now, just for people that don't know you, just remind them of who you are and where you are.
So my name's Susie Campbell. I run a media and marketing company. It's currently called Little Black Book Marketing, but I am going through a rebrand, but it's not been announced yet. So it's still
we don't have an exclusive yet.
Almost. We are based in Sydney. I have a team of 5 plus a handful of contractors, and we help exclusively micro startups, small businesses to become known and famous.
Awesome. Sounds good. Because right now, if you are on social media, the one thing you've got to do is be able to market yourself. Isn't it? It's a wild place to be, and there's so much going on, so much new stuff happening, and you know, people like you manage to get the head around it much more than a lot of small businesses do, because you do it all the time. So what kind of things do you could you encourage or do encourage your people to do to be more efficient, productive in their business, to you know, to slimline their marketing strategy and not get lost in all this stuff and overwhelmed by it all?
And that's the point, Karen. It's people are looking what's out there. There is so much out there. There will always be something else out there, but don't feel pressured into trying to take on too much. Something I tell, because a lot of I have 2 types of clients. I have the clients that don't have time to do it, but they get it, or they know what they want to achieve. Or I've got the clients that don't understand it and need help to actually understand it and do it. And as soon as they do understand it, then they become too busy to do it. So it is about being efficient. And I always say to people, you know, social media is the classic where people get bogged down with social media and they try to be on every single platform. I need to be on Twitter, I need to be on Instagram, and I need to be posting 3 times a day. Stop. You won't do any of it well if you try to do too much. It's just a ridiculous commitment, especially if there's only you in the business, or perhaps you and a VA. And a lot of small businesses, you do start out with just one of you, and I did. And I had no social media and I had no website for about 18 months, 2 years when I started. And I'm a marketer. So it's, in a lot of cases, it's not essential. And if you do need a social media presence, just pick one. Just pick one channel. And until you've mastered it and you're consistent on it, and you're not just going to fire out posts for a few weeks and then it drops off, until you've achieved that, don't even think about trying a second or a third, because you'll not do any of them well. And it's not a good use of your time, because you'll suddenly have that panic of, oh, I haven't posted for a week, and you blurb it out. So, pick one.
and if you pick the one, you know, what would be behind picking the one? Like, there are so many too, but for small businesses, what would you recommend someone start with? Is there any one that you would say, look, or is it just about researching that?
It depends where your market is, basically. That's the short answer. If your market's not on Instagram, don't go on Instagram. If you've got, I don't know, if you've got a very business orientated professional market, maybe you're a recruiter or something, get yourself on LinkedIn. If you're selling baby products, then maybe it's Facebook or Instagram. Pick the one you're most comfortable with as well. So it's about where your market is, but also which one can you manage. If you absolutely can't stand Instagram and you're not committed to having consistent content in there, and you haven't got enough images yet, just wait. Don't do it. Don't try and dabble with it. Just pick one. But it's wherever your market's hanging out. And as I say, if you don't have time for social media yet, find other ways to reach your market. And that's what I did. I didn't have time for social media, but I could find clients in other ways. And that might be that, I don't know, you pick up a handful of clients from a networking meeting, or friends and family, referrals, whatever it is, service those clients well. They don't need to follow you on Facebook to be able to get a great service from you. So don't worry if you've got a few clients, but you haven't got time for social yet.
And I think that's important because I've shared this to one of my groups, which is health practitioners. And health practitioners tend to have a physical bricks and mortar business, whether it's in their own house or whether it's in a community where they live. And typically that's where people can, it's where people can travel to you. And so if you're that kind of business and you need to get people through your door, physical doors, not the virtual doors, it's pretty important, isn't it, to not necessarily spend a whole bunch of time on social media messing around and there and getting lost in it. When in fact your customers are right next door to you, they're right in your community, and how, you know, find ways of connecting with those. Like you say, networking meetings are a great idea, aren't they?
Yeah, and you've exactly, a bricks and mortar is a classic example. And I've got a hairdressing client, and she was in a really tucked away location. There was about 8 other hairdressers in her vicinity. She was on and off social. She wasn't really doing it. She didn't know what to post, and she was so busy. She wasn't consistent with it. We now just post once a week for her. That's it, once a week. But she knows that it's going out, and then she doesn't feel this pressure to be posting all the time. So she actually posts herself more often now because she knows always got something going out, but she can do the, you know, the before and after photographs from the salon. Not going to dream up what to post. We can help her promote promotions and that sort of thing. So it's finding out what fits around you and just do it well.
I think that's the other difficulty. It's knowing what to post, isn't it? What to post that, and how to target the particular people who are actually going to be interested in what you do. Because I think sometimes it's a blanket bomb marketing strategy people have on Facebook. I know I get Facebook ads in my feeds, and I'm thinking, why the heck have you sent that to me? I have no interest, and it's not even targeted at women, for example. You know,
which brings me on to my next productivity tip, is about having a plan. If you're going to be on social media, you can't wing it. You can't just wake up one morning and think, oh, what am I going to post? Oh, I'll post that, and just keep doing that. It'll only take you so far. And have a plan. And mine are really simple. People think it's got to be this fancy, or there's some kind of secret to it. It's really simple. I use an Excel spreadsheet. You could use a hard copy diary. You could use one of the wall planners. Whatever you use, have somewhere where you can write in. So if you're going to post 3 times a week, whatever you're going to post daily, you're just writing in the sorts of things you're going to post. It might be the type of post you're going to write. It might be spreading out, once a week I'm going to share a testimonial, or once a week I'm going to share a photograph of something in the office or whatever I've been up to. If I've got a promotion in August, then I'm going to start promoting it here. And it's just mapping out. And once you've got your regular routine posts, like sharing a testimonial, or maybe it's a link to your blog or something like that, you'll find that once you've posted all those into your planner, all of a sudden you've actually got quite a lot of content. And the best thing is you've not then got to worry about waking up one week and thinking, what we're going to post, because all of a sudden you've got it and you follow it. And great if you want to get someone else to follow it. So if you have got a VA, you can say to them, here's our content plan. Can you create me all the routine posts, and then just schedule them out? So she knows every Wednesday we post a testimonial. Every Friday we post a, share your yay this week, or, whatever it is you want to put on. And then it frees you up to maybe do something more creative with it. And you know that, I can share this spontaneous behind the scenes photograph now, because it's okay. I've already got 3 posts going out every week. And it can be as simple as that. And you can get more sophisticated, but have a bit of a plan.
I like that, Susie. I use spreadsheets. I use Excel sheets and Google Sheets all the time. Every single day I'm on there, Google Docs. They're so useful, and so simple. And that's what you need as a business owner when you're doing so many things, is to have some simple things, isn't it? You don't have to have
Absolutely.
some complicated technology to to help you to plan your week, do you?
Fancy plans that you never look at again because they're too complicated.
Yeah.
I remember a lady sent me one, and she was looking to outsource what she did. And I said, well, have you got any? Oh my goodness, she sent me reams and reams, and I was overwhelmed.
Yes.
I'm a marketer.
Yes.
So you need a team of 10 to implement what you're suggesting there.
Wow.
So, no,
Too ambitious.
Scrap the lot. No, it's got to be simple. And people forget that you're a small business. You don't have to try and operate like a big brand.
Yeah.
Yes, there's ways to compete with the big brands, but you don't have to do it in the same way.
Yeah.
I feel fortunate that I've not worked with big brands in Australia.
Okay.
I have kind of in the UK, but it means I'm not. I've not got this. This is how it should be done.
Yes.
Approach. I've got a this is how I need to do it approach, and what works for me. And don't worry that I haven't got a graphic designer or I haven't got this, that, and the other. You do what works for you with the time you've got, with the budget you've got, with the skill you've got, and just do what you can. Yeah,
that's such great advice, Susie, and it's good to hear that coming from a marketer because that's what I do. I think sometimes we feel we've got to compete in the market and be over ambitious and overcomplicate things, and yet we end up doing nothing because we just get too overwhelmed by it all. It's so easy to do.
And business is to be enjoyed. And if you're getting stressed because you haven't posted every day on social, something's not right. Because it shouldn't be a stressful thing.
Absolutely. Great tips, Susie. Awesome. How can people get a hold of you? Because you're making sense, obviously, to a lot of, to me, I'm a small business, you're making a lot of sense to me. So how can people get a hold of you to find you and get some consultancy from you and perhaps get some marketing from you?
Well, I love gathering people in my Facebook group. I've found it's a great way for people who don't know me or do know me to chat, ask questions. I can share ideas and tips. So my Facebook group is called Ambitious Business Owners, Become Known, Become Famous. Very welcome in there. I've got a real nice mix of business owners in there, both bricks and mortar and online and both. Australia and further afield. I've got some more Brits in there. And and I share lots of ideas. I do Facebook Lives now and again, and people ask questions and then I'll blog about it for them. I'd love to meet some new people.
Well, I will put that on the show notes after we finished. And so good luck with all that. It sounds awesome what you're doing. And have you plans to grow the business, or are you happy with it the way it is when you're doing your new branding?
Big plans to grow. And so very much my focus is on small businesses. I want small businesses to see that they can do media and marketing, and they can be successful with it. And I like blending a bit of done for you, but done with you. I like to sort of educate people along the way so that they feel confident in what they're doing and how they do it. So,
Well, that's like you were saying before, I think on our contact earlier, was that it's got to be sustainable. It can't be something you just think, I'll do this for a week and then I'll see what happens, because it's not the kind of thing you've got to do. If you're in a business, you've got to be in it for the long haul, haven't you? And be willing to have some strategies that are sustainable. And it's great if you can afford to outsource that to a marketer. And I recommend, definitely if you know nothing about marketing, is to outsource that initially. But definitely you want to work with someone who helps you and empowers you to be able to at least do some bits of it yourself, so that you've got some power in the process.
Yes, well, I never take on a client that wants to just completely outsource and wash their hands of it, because you don't get as good a result. All of my clients still have a role within there, whether it's social media or whatever it is, because I can never replicate what's going on day to day in your business because I'm not sat next to you. There's only so much a marketer can do. So that's a really important point.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. It's been great to meet you finally, and It's always good to meet people face to face and hear their voice. And you can see lots of pictures, don't you, online? And you think, oh, I wonder what they sound like. I wonder what they look like in the flesh. It's great to meet you. Thanks for joining us and have a good day.
Pleasure. Bye. Thanks, Karen. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, great show. You know, again, I'm always loving these shows for the kind of people that come on here and share their wonderful things. You know, Susie's an expert. She's a marketing commanding officer, she calls herself, in her business, little Black Book Marketing. So yeah, if you want to get hold of her, I'm going to put the show notes on there at the end. Link to her Facebook. I think it was a page that she's talking about there, but I'll definitely put the link up there. So yeah, if you want to learn more about how to be able to be more productive, to save time, energy, and money in your business, you know, sometimes it's the simplest of tools. Seriously, you overcomplicate things, you get overwhelmed by things, like Susie was saying, and you find that it's just too difficult to implement, and you just don't do it. So we're all here for creating very simple strategies and tools, sharing technology which is simple to use, and techniques which you can easily implement yourself. So yes, come over to the STEMGo Facebook page, saving time, energy, and money in your business, and I'd love to see you there. All the best for now, and have a great day. Have a productive day. Bye for now.